Your sensitive spirit is going to succumb to its own vulnerability and release itself from its hard outer shell during the month of May, Cancer. You will battle several emotions, sometimes all at once, and will need a strong base of support from family and friends. The crab knows that its mind is extended not only to functional thought but also to emotional processes and spiritual feelings that can only come from deep inside the heart. Your sleep will be filled with very intense dreaming, living out your soul's deepest desires and fears. May is not going to be your prime, but instead will bring a halt to your strong emotions and expose you to therapeutic needs. Expect to manifest the spirituality within you. Eat, pray, love. This is the time you become attuned with your heart and become brutally honest with yourself. Pluto's retrograde, which begins on the 27th of April and continues into May, will bring you to question your physical and spiritual being. You will question your friendships, your relationships, your path in life, your spiritual beliefs, and assess what really matters to you in the physical world. Pluto's retrograde brings a desire to have a balanced life for Cancer, and this will flick the switch in your heart to examine and measure your assets. With the last quarter moon happening on the 3rd, expect your soul to desire an ethereal standard of living, meaning you will look back at your decisions and whether they really suit you. This can be difficult for Cancer, for you tend to build emotional attachments to almost everything you allow in your inner circle. A warning I send to you, Crab, you will mourn sorrowfully. You don't want to say goodbye, but even your heart knows what it must do. Cancer, you are still a good and loyal person. Just because you desire betterment does not make you disloyal to others in your life. Putting yourself first is the most loyal and loving thing you could possibly do. There is an upside to your morning, as Mercury enters Gemini on the 8th, allowing you to better grasp the idea of change more logically instead of emotionally. This period is your most vulnerable, but also your most mentally stimulating. May will be a good time to take a trip somewhere you've never been. Explore tiny villages, fall in love with century-old architecture and small stone-paved streets. Walk on the shores of beaches whose sands your toes have never felt before. Take in the scenery of a world with its own problems, systems, and standards of living completely separate from the life you live at home. Eat good food. Enjoy all the textures of different cuisines and allow your taste buds to live. Laugh until your stomach hurts. Cry as the sun goes down. Play with random children or listen to old heads talk about the greater years. Pray, whether it is to your inner self or something external. Develop a relationship with a greater power. Regardless of religion, this is meant to be spiritual and allow your heart to connect with things that will only feed it goodness. All your heart wants is good things for you, Cancer. Once the crab returns to the dunes it knows, they will have a new perspective about the universe. After losing so much, but then gaining even more, Cancer will be ready to encounter the triple threat of Saturn's retrograde, the blood moon, and Mercury retrograde with stride and confidence. Saturn's retrograde will begin on the 23rd, causing Cancer to feel exhausted from its previous trip to the land of clarity. Cancer, you need to rest. Rest your spirit, heart, and mind, for it was extremely overstimulated during your discovery journey. Saturn's retrograde can cause another cycle of self-assessment and a sudden halt to your most ambitious activities. Since most of your ventures are emotional during this time, it is important to stay indoors and recuperate. Journal your experiences, watch happy movies and TV shows, and try your hand at cooking that dish you ate while on vacation. Enjoy all the new culture your soul has just absorbed, and don't let Saturn's sluggish and negative retrograde enter your new environment. As the moon settles into its alignment with the sun on the 26th, it creates an air of intuition, love, and self-care for Cancer. While this lunar eclipse can bring devastation to some, this will only cause you to look within and love yourself like never before. You will break down graciously, in a healthy and constructive manner. My crab, you have this caring, emotional, open-hearted moon in the great mother that is Cancer. Because you are ruled by the moon, the lunar eclipse of May will inject lunation into your mind and allow you to tap into your truly divine emotional energy. Under typical circumstances, this full moon would mark the perfect time to settle into your most feminine self. Regardless of the gender you identify as, the end of May will expose you to softer ways of expression. Use this time to help build your marriage, connect with your child, or spend time with your parents. And stay with your family members and friends, or any support group you feel accepts you. You will need them now more than ever during Mercury retrograde. Mercury retrograde is a tough time for Cancer, for it brings turmoil to the crab's inner being and therefore affects the external relationships of their lives. You will be tempted to break down like you did in the beginning of the month. Mercury, the ruler of intellect and communication, will have you talking to yourself, questioning your past decisions. Was that self-love journey you took a mistake? Are there any financial repercussions? Was the crab acting out carelessly? Cancer, you are an emotional and worrisome sign. But so deep and internal. Your empathy is not a weakness, but rather a divine strength you must learn to manage successfully. As long as you allow yourself to be vulnerable in a healthy way, you can turn May into a month of care and renewal. Thank you so much for watching. Please give us a thumb up if you liked the video. Subscribe our YouTube channel not to miss the next video horoscope. Visit our website GoToHoroscope.com where you can find actual horoscope for today. Download our apps from Google Play and App Store to have your daily horoscope always on hand.